Hello, I'm Graham. Welcome back to Manvfilm. It is another Netflix original movie. This time it is The Ballad of Buster Scruggs, directed by Joel and Ethan Coen. This is both very exciting and extremely terrifying at the same time. We have the Coen brothers, a pair of my favourite directors whose movies I always go out to see. I'm always interested in what they're going to do. And Netflix have somehow got them to go and do something on their platform. This isn't a cinematic release. This is something that's just went straight on to digital, streaming services. And it's a kind of like a warning shot almost for the power that Netflix has, attracting directors of their standing, Oscar-winning directors who have a fantastic career. They're kind of still firing out hits year after year, movies that are either critical successes or commercial successes, sometimes both. And yet somehow they've made it onto Netflix, and it's a shame because it's a movie I would like to have experienced on the big screen, and unfortunately that's not the case. But I'm also really happy to have another Coen Brothers movie, so I'm not too sure how I really feel about this, but there we have it. The Ballad of Buster Scruggs is a kind of anthology movie. It contains 6 various stories. It's just over 2 hours in length, and they're all tales about the Old West. Now, I'll run briefly through some of the shorts that I want to talk about. The first one, The Ballad of Buster Scruggs, is some of the best comedy and character setups I think I've ever seen the Coen brothers do. You have Tim Blake Nelson as the character of Buster Scruggs, and it is note perfect. This character, the way he talks to his horse and gets responses, the way he just goes through this world with a smile, it's just so infectious. But he is kind of small, he's very clean compared to the rest of the people in the Wild West, but he is more than capable of taking care of himself, and it's just perfect. It's the perfect little short film, the perfect little introduction to this movie, and it's my favourite of this movie, which is kind of disappointing when you know that you've got like 6 tales and the first one's the highlight for you. But I really did. It's just everything about that tale just worked extremely well. The whole look of Tim Blake Nelson as Buster Scruggs, the way he just handled himself, that big smile that he has, the over politeness and this kind of confidence that he channels as well was just absolutely delightful to watch. You have the second story, which involves James Franco as a robber with tremendously bad luck, and again it's another comedic effort here with a little bit of sting in its tail and something that's it's definitely fun but not as energetic as the first one, but still very much in the comedy zone. We move into a rather sombre story next, starring Liam Neeson as a caretaker who is taking him about and bringing him out to perform shows, as a narrator, telling tales to the people that want to listen. And basically they just roll into a town, set up, get enough money to buy food and move on to the next town, and that's basically the existence. And this one was really sombre because of the relationship between the person that's running the show and the person doing the show, and where he's very vocal all the way through his shows. Other than that, he never seems to speak, never really seems to communicate, although he does with his looks and his glances and the way he indicates the way he's feeling without putting it over on his face too much. It's kind of subtle. And it's a kind of bleak and sad story that I won't spoil for you, but this one was really kind of like a sort of bump in the road for me, because we had comedy and then we get this and you're like, it's shaking things up, but it's keeping you on your toes at the same time. And then we have All Gold Canyon, which was a really nice, really well shot. It had these stunning vistas, this fantastic valley that you just get to play about in for 20 minutes with this prospector who's panning for gold. And he's primarily the only character in this tale. And it's just fun to watch him go about his day, talking to the land, speaking to it as if it's an entity of some sort. And this was one that I was really back into. Again, it's not funny, it's not sad, it's just a tale of a man and what he does, and I really just enjoyed it for that. Then we have The Girl Who Got Rattled, which is a kind of longer segment, and it's more about a wagon train, and This one again was more dramatic and more sort of character. A lot of these are character driven, and I found myself engaged with the characters, and it's got a kind of sting in its tail, as most of these stories do, that I was disappointed with. And I think that's the point in the story itself. It left me wanting more of these characters, and I never quite got it. And the last story is The Mortal Remains, which is basically just 5 people in a cart conversing as they're heading towards a destination, all kind of seemingly having curiosities about them, but all at the same time getting on each other's nerves by the way they are conversing. It's just fun. This is almost like the Coen brothers have merged the Wild West with Twilight Zone and just kind of mashed it together, threw in their aesthetics, their dialogue, the way they shoot, the characters they bring in. They've brought in a lot of actors that they've used before to fill out a lot of the character pieces. And it works. It works really well. It can feel a little bit long. Some of the stories aren't as engaging as other ones, but they are varied enough that you're going to find some that you really like and some that you don't like as much, but you still appreciate as being good material. I thought the Ballad of Buster Scruggs was pretty good. Pretty decent. It's one of the better Coen Brother movies. I don't know if it's one I would go back to and watch fully several times, but I could see myself going back and watching segments here or there. Definitely the Buster Scruggs one. In fact, I want to go and watch that right now again, because that was just simply note perfect. I would love to have seen a film with that character. I just think it would have worked tremendously well. And the Coen brothers just kind of throw everything into the mix, and sometimes too much can rock the boat, make things not work as well as it should have. But here they do. You know, they have enough restraint, they have enough control, because it's probably a pairing and they can bounce off each other, and they are well versed in the cinematic medium. They put across a fantastic anthology series. I think Buster Scruggs is well worth your time. It's on Netflix. Why wouldn't you watch it when you've got the calibre of directors, the calibre of filmmakers making something that is primarily free for you to watch on Netflix? I want to know your opinion of it. Let me know in the comment box below where you think it stands in the Coen filmography, and I will see you next time on Man vs Film.